All right, so welcome to tonight's team call. It is Wednesday, April 12th. I'm super excited to chat with you girls tonight. I wanted to talk about conversation and how to start conversations and how to move conversations into a spot where you're inviting and really getting to genuinely be friends with people, to find your tribe, to start that relationship so it's not just, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you, and then thinking you have to make the sale right away, okay? Do any of you ever feel that way? Do you feel like you're just not really sure when to approach a situation, or it's uncomfortable because you're not really friends, that sort of thing, like you just don't know where to go with it? Okay, so that's something I feel really, really comfortable with now. I am making amazing connections with some really awesome girls. And you guys, that didn't happen overnight. Like, yes, I've been successful and I've made some really great relationships with people over the last few years and along the way. But it took me failing forward, right? It took me practicing saying the wrong thing, kind of hitting dead ends in conversations, and finding my voice. It didn't just happen. It wasn't like somebody gave me a script and said, here you go. Yes, I use scripts, and yes, I had a template to start with, but it's finding your voice and really making connections with people that's the game changer. Finding the people who are your tribe, the people who speak the same language as you, because when we try to please everyone, all of us on this call are somewhat of a people pleaser because we're in this opportunity because of that. We want to help people. We want to see people be happy. So we all have a degree of that, right? But we have to understand that if we try to please everyone, we are going to help no one, okay? And we're certainly not going to help ourselves. So I was thinking about this call, and I have some I want to show a full conversation with you from start to end of mine and kind of talk to you about scripts and talking with people. But first I want to start, as I was thinking about this call tonight, a story or something that happened over the weekend kind of popped in my head. So I kind of want to share this story with you so that hopefully you can relate that to what we're going to talk about tonight, and how talking and building conversations and relationships with people is going to help you grow your business, okay? So over the weekend, I was at the Ohio Equine Fair with my mom, which we set up a big booth at a trade show, and we educate people on natural alternatives for their horses, dogs, and cats, okay? That's the products that I sell for my family business. And I had this girl come on the stand, and she started asking me questions about an issue that her horse was having. And so I started to talk with her. I asked her a few questions to find out exactly what the horse was doing, how she was acting, and things like that. So I had an idea of what was going on, right? Because I can't make a recommendation unless I know what's going on. So I started to ask her some questions, and she shared with me, that nothing had worked, blah, blah, blah. So I shared with her my recommendation after figuring out what was going on with the horse and what they had tried and what had not worked. And she said, okay, well, I think I'm going to think about it. And she was getting ready to walk away. Okay, she didn't buy. She was getting ready to walk away. And her mom said, well, how would this compare to a competitor, okay, another product? And I told her, I said, well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. That product is going to help to a degree because it helps with, her mare was having problems with when she's cycling. So I said, it's going to help with the toning of the uterus, but it's not going to help at all when it comes to the cramps that she's experiencing, the discomfort, or to regulate her hormones. And so the girl goes, she kind of sat there as I was telling her about the other product and how it could be beneficial, but how our product was better, okay? And she stopped and she goes, okay, I'm going to do it. You're a really good salesperson. And I said, no, I'm not a salesperson. I just know personal experience that this is the product that works because of X, Y, and Z. Okay? So that leads me into, we are not salespeople, you guys. But if we don't lead with confidence, nobody's going to follow us. Had she said, my horse is doing this, and I would have said, well, you could try this product and this might help. No, you could do this product because it's going to do X, Y, and Z for her, which is going to give her comfort, and she's going to be less irritable, which is going to help her mood, right? Stand with confidence. Stand in front of the product and know what you're talking about. You guys know these products. You don't have to know every single detail of every single product. Do they work for you? Do you feel better when you're following your program? Have they helped you lose weight? Have they helped you gain confidence? Lead with what you know. Lead with your experience. What you know, not all the details. What is your story? What do you know about the products, and what has it done for you, and why is it going to help them? Right? That is how people relate to us, is by when we lead with confidence and we share the story of why it's helped us and why we believe it's the best. That's when people connect and they understand what we're talking about, right? So I wanted to share that with you because I'm not a salesperson. Even in my job, I'm just trying to help people with their animals just like I do with people in their nutrition, with Beachbody, right? It's the same thing. You ask people questions. You ask them, what are their goals? What are they struggling with? What have they tried in the past that didn't work or didn't stick? And then you say, I would recommend doing this because X, Y, and Z. Okay? So I wanted to share that. Now I'm going to dive into talking with people a little bit. So how many of you struggle with just starting the conversation, whether it be a new friend or an old friend that you maybe just haven't connected with in a while? Okay. Is it you don't know what to say, or why is that uncomfortable? Because let me ask you this. If you saw that person in person, would it be different? Would you say, hey girl, like, how have you been? I haven't seen you in, whatever, however many years or however many months or however many weeks. How are you? Like, would you do that? Or would you just like put your blinders on and pretend like you didn't see him? Honestly, like, what would you do? Maybe some people you'd put blinders on and some people you would be really excited to see. Okay, well, that's the God honest truth, right? So the people who you would do this, we don't want to work with them anyway. So the people who you would be excited about, those are the people you need to start talking to. Those are the people you need to invest your time and grow your relationships with. Okay? If it's a brand new person, I have a script, you guys, and honest to God, but that's what I use every single day when I have multiple people that I'm reaching out to who are new ads. It just says, hey girl, you are super adorable. What's up, Landon? You are super adorable. I'm so excited that we are now friends on Facebook. I can't wait to watch your exciting life, or what, I don't know what it is exactly off the top of my head right now. But that's what I share with people. I can't wait to get to know you. And the response to that is incredible. You don't have to copy and paste it word for word. Make it sound like you. I call everybody love. Love and girl is like what I say, whether I know them or not, because I genuinely want to get to know that person, and I want them to feel that I'm a positive person, that I'm not just like this weird person that's reaching out to them for no reason, right? So use the conversation like it's you. But if you don't ever start, if you don't ever start, it's going to continue to feel uncomfortable, okay? So you have to get over that hump of just starting that conversation. If it's somebody that you have known for a while, or maybe it's been a little bit since you've talked to them, but they would be somebody that you would say, hey girl, how have you been? Say the same thing. They don't have to be in person. Hey girl, how have you been? Maybe go check out their Facebook and see what they talked about the last couple times that they posted. Hey, you popped up in my news feed. I saw blah, blah, blah. How is that going for you? Or how is everything? I just started thinking about you. People want positivity and life and light in their life, you guys. There's so much stuff around us that drags us down. We feel overwhelmed. We feel like we just can't get ahead. We struggle. So be that light. Just say, hey, girl, even if you just shoot somebody a message, hey, girl, how's your week going? I hope you have an awesome day. Just be that light for someone. That opens the door to conversation, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. We have to start building and growing those relationships. Sometimes they go faster than others. I can't say I talked to this person on this day, and 2 days later I talked to her again, and 3 days later I invite her, because that's not always the case, right? You have to let that relationship grow a little bit. And that's why it's so important for us to do this and show up every single day, to do at least our 3s, to talk to 3 new people, to reach out to 3 old people, and to invite 3 new people, because it's going to compound over time, those conversations that you're starting, okay? So I wanted to share with you a conversation that I had with a girl who I recently friended. And it's not terribly long. I'm going to screen share it and then go through it. I did get rid of her name. And so this was a brand new friend, like maybe a month ago, at the most 6 weeks ago. And I just said, this is my script. Hey girl, you're adorable. I'm so happy we became friends on Facebook world, and we can follow each other's fun lives. I figured we'd both be safe since we have amazing mutual friends. I hope you're staying warm and have an amazing day, girl. She said, hey, thank you. Nice to hear a friendly, fun message on this gloomy day. Yeah, I took a peek at your page. Do you own your own gym? So there's a little plug for making sure you're staying consistent on your posts on social media, because your people that you are friending are watching you, and they are going to check you out before they accept your friend request or immediately after they accept your friend request. Hey girly, for sure. I'm glad it put a smile on your face. I always love connecting with other awesome, positive girlfriends. And no, not exactly. I do own my own health and fitness business where I help empower women and mommies to lead healthier, happier lifestyles still. What do you do, Carly? And she said, awesome. Love meeting new positive women. Through which company do you work your health business? I said, oh yeah, for sure, girl. Me too. We need more of that in the world, right? I am a health and fitness coach with Beachbody. Have you heard of it before, girl? And she said, yes, I have. So then she says, I said, hey girl, sorry, I just saw this. Awesome. Have you ever done any of our programs or just heard of it? And she said, a little bit of both, LOL. Hey girl, what programs have you tried? And she said, when I was in college, one of the trainers that was with Beachbody did PIO, and I loved it. I said, that is awesome. I have done a couple of those, but not a program. I have done start to finish. Have you used anything else or any of the newer programs? And she said, I tried Shakeology one time. It wasn't really my thing, but other than that, just the PIO classes. So how many of you would have thrown in the towel when she said Shakeology wasn't for me and said, oh, she's already turned off. She's already tried it. She doesn't want anything to do with it. Would you have given up on the conversation at that point? Or would you maybe not really known where to go with it? So that's why I wanted to show this to you, because I could have, and maybe the old me would have said, oh, well, she's already tried it. She's not interested, or she doesn't like it, whatever. I said, oh, really? I can't live without mine, which is totally true because it's my chocolate fix every single day. I literally look forward to it every day. Can I ask what you didn't like about it? And live PIO would be fun. So then she says, I went with another company at the time with their shakes because I enjoyed them better. Okay, I gotcha. I know our shakes have changed over the years. I personally love mine and look forward to it every day. Do you have any fun plans for the weekend? So I'm sharing with her my personal experience, right? My personal experience with it on a daily basis. And then I kind of just started asking her about her daily life rather than continuing to jab and ask more questions about that. I'm asking to get to know her a little bit, because I'm not talking to her for Shakeology. I'm not talking to her for our programs. I'm talking to her to get to know her, to see if I can help her with anything, to grow that relationship and to build that trust, okay? And she said, I'm working most of the day and evening on Saturday. I said, hey, I hope you had a good weekend even with work. She said, thank you so much. So then I messaged her and I said, hey girl, happy Friday. How has your week been? I'm not sure if this would be for you or not, Carly, but over the last 5 years, I've been helping other women just like you learn more about health and wellness to create some balance in everyday life. My girls and I are gearing up for a 30-day nutrition and fitness boot camp in April. I know you are working on your own goals and have seen you following some of my health and fitness posts, which I totally appreciate. So I wanted to personally invite you to join us, girl. Does this sound like something you would like to be a part of with us? I hope you're having an awesome day and can't wait to chat. So then she replies, hey, yes. Hey, Corey, yes. Enjoy seeing people reach their goals and knock them out, and your journey has been so fun to see and follow. Tell me more about the boot camp. And I said, oh, yeah, girl, and I really appreciate your love. Thank you so much. Sure, it is a simple group of us ladies and mommies working to improve our overall nutrition and fitness. We have a lot of fun, share recipes, accountability, and encouragement in our groups. We would love to have you. Would you mind sharing with me what you would like to work towards, Carly? So asking her about her goals, right? Not just jumping on and saying, oh, she said yes. Asking her questions. And I said, so then she said, I would like to work towards slimming down and getting more cut. I've been doing yoga here and there as well and just got back from England on Monday. But I used to be in the best shape of my life 2 years ago, and I missed that. And I said, awesome, girl. How long were you in England? I have no doubt together we can help you start working to get back to feeling your best, love. So, sorry, my contacts are messing up. So what I would recommend is our annual all access pass package. You will have access to every workout program we have available and the new programs to come in 2017. This way you can keep things fresh, but also working towards your goals and keeping on track, keeping on the track you want through the whole year. We would also set you up with an awesome meal plan to help keep your nutrition dialed in with an easy to use portion control system and 30 meals of Shakeology to help take the guesswork out of one of your 5 meals per day. Does this sound like something that would help you to create some balance with your routine and help you to get back on track, Carly? Yes, it does. My only thing right now is pennies are tight after being in England for 2 weeks and not working. I don't think financially I could swing it at the moment, but it is something I would be interested in when I can. And I said, I got you, girl. The really cool thing is we have a huge spring fling special on this package this month. All the programs alone are valued over $6,000, and normally this package would be $199. But starting tomorrow morning, we are offering this package at a one-time fee of $160. Do you think that's doable, girl? And she said, honestly and sadly, it's not. It sounds pathetic, right? And I said, girl, don't beat yourself up. You just took an amazing trip most will only ever dream of. We will get you in a group soon when you are able. I actually have some really great news. That same package was $199, went on special for April, for $160 this month. Kicking off April 17th, love. Would that be a? Oh, so those were too close together. That's what happens when you copy and paste. So I reached back out to her to see if the May group would be better, and she said possibly. We'll see how things are then. And I said, for sure, girl. I hope you have a great day. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen share. How many of you would have felt intimidated when she said that she didn't like Shakeology, it wasn't for her, and she went with another company? Would you have thrown in the towel and marked her off as a no? Yeah? Or would you have continued the conversation to get to know her and keep growing that relationship? Could you see how I was making it about the relationship and the conversation more so than I was about the product and pushing a sale? It was just being a friend. Because it's true. That's just how I would talk to somebody if I was there face to face with them, right? Most people could only ever dream about taking a trip like that for 2 weeks, right? The reality is she's not just making an excuse. For most people to drop $200 after being off of work and being on vacation out of the country for 2 weeks is a pretty tough swing. And it's something that I can totally understand and relate to. She is on board for doing a group probably in May or in June because she's still trying to get back on her feet with her finances. And that's perfectly fine. So guess what? I'm going to continue to grow that relationship. But I know that some of us allow that no, that first no, or that she didn't like the Shakeology to paralyze us. But the reality is she just wasn't sure, right? Nobody on this call said yes the first time. Not a single one of you. So we have to remember that. And on top of that, when we sit down, what are your intentions? Are your intentions to truly help somebody and to build that relationship and to be a friend? Or are your intentions to hit Success Club? Or are your intentions to grow your income? Because if you lead from the front and you lead with building the relationship and growing the friendship, the rest will follow. And I will tell you this, I have been making some amazing, amazing relationships with these new people I have been meeting. And it's incredible that somebody that you've never met in your entire life, you've never seen them face to face, you've never known them through somebody else, they are a totally new friend, how quickly you can get to know somebody and you just click. You know, you just find that connection. It's not with all of them, and it's not ever going to be with all of them. But look at all the top coaches. They have thousands and thousands of people on their team. And it is a handful of them that are their tribe, who are lifers and who make this shit happen. A handful of them, right? A handful of them that keep consistent, that show up, and who believe in this process. So it's not going to be all of them. But I can tell you that the friendships that and the relationships that you do start to build and those people that you connect with and who get you and you get them, it's incredible. How awesome is it to have one best friend? Like, we are all lucky to have one person that we are super close with and we can rely on and connect with on a different level than most people. But how cool would it be to have 5, 10, 15 of those people that you can connect with and share your life's journey, and they share with you, and you just connect on a different level. It'd be pretty incredible, right? To have that sense of community with you. So I want to remind you that when you sit down, are you telling yourself, oh, this is one more thing I have to sit down and do? What's on your mind? Are you saying, well, I got to hurry up and reach out to 3 people because I just have to do it? Or I haven't done this in weeks, so I guess I probably should sit down and do it. Or you're already thinking that somebody's going to say no before you even sit down and start a conversation with them. Because I can guarantee you that's what's coming across. I can guarantee you that they feel that way. But when you sit down and you lead with the intention of, I just want to get to know this person. I hope she's having a really great day because I hope that she's smiling. Because right now I'm smiling, or I want to be smiling, and I want to share that with others. Or you sit down and you say, I know that I've seen her post about wanting to make some changes in her life, and I know that I can help her do that. You should be telling yourself that, because you can help people. You can be that support system for people. You can be that friend. You can be that encouragement. You can be that person who puts their hand out and just says, hey girl, I don't have all the answers, because nobody has all the answers. Nobody, not even doctors who go to school for years, have all the answers. You know what they do after they talk to you about your symptoms? They go back and they Google that shit and they do their research. They talk with another doctor or with a nurse, and then they come back to your room and give you your diagnosis. Nobody knows everything. Nobody. So you put your hand out and you say, let's do it together. Because that's all everybody really needs. Is a friend that's going to say, hey girl, I know you don't feel like doing it today, but get your ass up and do it, because you're going to feel better after you do it. Or whatever, right? You just need that person to be a friend and to help encourage you. Okay? So don't let the analysis paralyze you. Don't overanalyze things, okay? You might word vomit and you might say the wrong thing a couple times, but you guys, guess what? You fall off your bike when you first start riding a bike as a kid too. How many times? A bunch. My 6-year-old's doing it right now and he's really good now, but when he first started riding 2-wheel, he fell off all the time. Does that mean that he said, oh, I can't do this, I'm never going to be able to do it? No. He kept getting up and he kept trying again. And the more you practice, the better you find your balance. It's the same thing with starting conversations, growing relationships, and inviting people into a challenge group or into the coaching opportunity. The more you do it, the more you show up, the more you practice, the easier it becomes, the more fun it becomes. The more you see those relationships grow, and it fills your heart up. Think about the people who you've already impacted. Think about the people who have already said yes to you, and use that as encouragement, you guys. Those people said yes to you for a reason, because they believe in you. Because they believe in you, and they want your help, and they know that you can do it. There's other people out there, but if we don't ask, or if we don't connect with them and start growing that relationship, it will never happen. Right? Let me see what I think Marguerite just typed something. Some of the best messages I receive are just simple as to say, thanks for being encouraging, or I look forward to your positivity every day. The best, with no other intentions. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I encourage you to take a deep breath, take that leap, set your intentions as just growing relationships and connecting and building friendships. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm not promising that when you start doing that consistently that you're going to hit Success Club right away, because it's not going to happen that way, you guys. You have to think about how has your consistency been? Have you been showing up? Have you been working towards growing those relationships? But I can tell you that once you start doing it and you keep doing it consistently, it's like a domino effect. Those relationships will start to flourish, and then they start telling their friends, and then their friends are coming to you because they see how encouraging you are and you've impacted so-and-so's life. Okay? It's building the trust with the community of people around you. Does that make sense? Yeah? So, does anybody have an example of a conversation that they have had recently that, whether it was an invite to a group or you just started a conversation with somebody that kind of had you stuck, or did you hear no and that had you stuck, or anything like that that you guys have been experiencing lately? Don't be shy. No, you're all looking down like you're like, don't call on me, like you're in school. So, okay, let's have a little bit of honesty. How many on the call have been having conversations consistently? Okay, so that's.
Wait, did you say how many what? I'm sorry.
I said how many people on the call have been having conversations consistently?
Oh, not the best, but I have.
Okay. Okay, so for those of you who are not having conversations, what's holding you back? Alicia, you said people ignore me a lot when I bring up anything. Like, what do you mean? Like, just even a conversation?
Like I did your group for the Emerald thing, and I sent out all those messages, and like half the people just flat out ignored me. Like even a hi, how are you? You're doing awesome. And they're people that I normally talk to, and they just flat out ignored me. So
Okay.
I was frustrated, really frustrated.
Okay. So you sent them one message and they didn't reply, so then that left you feeling discouraged, right? Okay. If you listen to the National Wake Up Call from Shalene last week, I just finally got to finish it today. I would say this anyway, but on that call, she says, people get busy. People get busy. I had one of our coaches text me, and I swear that I responded to her, but I didn't. And then her message got lost because I had already opened it and forgot to hit it marked on red. We have to remember that this is our business. So we are on social media far more than other people, and we are in our messenger far more than the average person. So life happens. Somebody gets a text message, or the kids need something, or somebody's calling, or you have to get back to work on your lunch break, or whatever, and you've already opened the message, and then it's not dark anymore because you already opened it. And most people don't, unless you're using it for your business, you don't mark it as unread because you don't think about it, especially if something comes up. So rather than focusing on the fact that they didn't respond or letting that discourage you, take that as a challenge and then respond. So I would message that person back and I'd say, hey girl, I'm not sure if you saw my message the other day. Just wanted to check in with you because I was thinking about you and wondered how things were going. People forget all the time. I don't know how many times I've followed up with somebody or said a message like that, and they're like, oh my God, I responded back to you last night and I never hit send. How many times have you done that? Because I know I've done that too. Like, we have to remember that there's so many things going on in life that it's not always intentional. Sure, there's going to be that handful of people that ignore and don't want to have that conversation. That's okay. They're just not ready. But for other people, life happens, right? So try, I know it's hard at first, but try not to take it personally. If they don't respond or they say, no, I'm not interested or whatever, okay, that's fine. Just like that conversation I just showed you, she was telling me, she didn't say no because I hadn't asked her a question. I hadn't invited her into a group at that point. She wasn't telling me no, but she was putting up a wall and saying, I've already tried that. I don't like it, right? She put that wall up. And I could have either let that discourage me, or I could have shifted my gears a little bit to grow that relationship and allow her to see my posts, allow her to see my consistency, and allow her to gain that trust within me, to know that I know what I'm talking about, that I'm not just some nilly-willy that's, you guys, so many people on social media now are slammed with MLMs, and they are not all doing it the right way. They are not leading with their heart, they are leading with the product. You all know that, because how many of you are put into hundreds of freaking groups constantly that you don't ask to be added into, and it's so frustrating. So we as a society are putting up, us as coaches have more walls to break down because of that. So we have to try and shift our gears and to think outside the box and to just let it go, let the discouragement and the frustration, let all of that go, and concentrate on why we're reaching out to people, why we're growing this opportunity. Because those people that you reach out to, Alicia, there's a reason that you believe in those people and you want them to be a part of your team, right? There's a reason. There's something that inspires you about those people. There's a reason that you're encouraged by those people. So don't let the fact that life maybe got in the way for that person totally shut down that excitement that you had for that person. Okay? So keep working at it. I promise you, it doesn't happen overnight, but it does get easier the more that you practice and the more that you keep talking with people. The more you set your intentions to just building that relationship. Like, I've done pretty well over the last few years, but I'm just now, you guys, because I've been consistent now for just about 3 years, I now feel like I'm growing those deeper relationships. It's taken time. It's taken time. I'm not saying it's going to take you 3 years. I'm just saying it's taken time. You continue to get better, I guess is my point. I've gotten better from where I started. And it's only happened because I stayed consistent and I kept seeing what people were responding to, right? Changing up my verbiage a little bit, talking about different things, listening to other top coaches and how they say we. I don't say into my challenge group. I said, would you like to join us girls? It's always a group. It's always a community. It's always we, never I. Just little things like that when you start to play around with something so simple, right? That's a 2 millimeter shift from Tony Robbins that he talks about for any of you who dive into his personal development. It's not totally reinventing the wheel. It's just tweaking it, just making a small little shift that makes a world of difference in talking with people. Does that help? Yeah? Okay. Anybody else that's had, for instance, Marguerite says, I have conversations with no expectations. And here's the thing, you guys, like, even the people who say no right now, It's no, not right now. And I know that sometimes that's discouraging and, you know, you really want it bad for somebody. I will give you a prime example, and you guys have probably heard me talk about her quite a bit lately. But I have a mother of 4 who, when she was only a mother of 2, I invited into her challenge groups on several occasions. I knew she wanted help, and she shared with me that she wanted help, but she wasn't ready. And so I kept in touch with her. I shared meal plans with her. I kept checking in with her and growing that relationship. And I asked her, you know, I would not like bother her, continually ask her, but I continued to invite her. And I said, if now is not your time, that's okay. And eventually she joined me, and she lost like 54 pounds. And then she got pregnant with baby number 3, and baby number 4 came pretty quickly after. And this is after she had her tubes tied. So talk about surprise with baby number 3 when your tubes are tied and you come out pregnant, and then you have a 4th one after that. So this mom of 4 who works a full-time job since June has shed 108 pounds by simply doing the 21-day fix back-to-back for 6 rounds and then adding in 21-day fix extreme. That's incredible. But if I would have given up on the first time she said no, or the 3rd time she said no, or the 5th time that she said no, she either would have went with somebody else, or she never would have made the changes, you guys. Those are the only 2 options. She either would have stayed where she was, unhappy and not feeling good about herself and in a very unhealthy place, or she would have found somebody else to help her. And how incredible that because I was patient, I get to experience and be on that journey with her and get the exciting messages every couple weeks when she's like, I'm down 94 pounds. And then she's like, I only have 1 pound to go to 100 pounds. And then she messages me, she's like, I broke the 100 pound. I'm at 108 pounds. Like, how incredible would that feel to get that message? It's pretty freaking cool. We aren't selling makeup. We aren't selling candles. We aren't selling clothes. All those things are cool, you guys. But we are selling the gift of life, the gift of happiness and health. Like, I don't know, like, if you guys have fully wrapped your head around that. Like, that's freaking incredible. Incredible. 40% of our children are obese. Our children are the first generation that are predicted to not outlive their parents. That's pretty freaking ass scary. My kids better outlive me. Right? Like, that's scary to think about, that our health system and the way that we've gone about life in society is predicting that our children are not going to live past us. That's crazy to me. So we have to remember this opportunity. This isn't something to shy from. This isn't something that's bothersome, or that you're just adding somebody into a group to share clothes with them or makeup with them or candles. You're offering the gift of life and to feel healthy and confident in your own skin while you're here. Because we get one shot at this. One freaking shot at this life. So why not make it amazing? Why not learn to feel really good in our skin? Because we all deserve it. Sure, it might take a little bit of hard work, and sure, it might be difficult on some days. But every single one of us on this call, and every single person that's in my life, and I'm pretty sure every single person that's in your life, deserves to look in the mirror and feel like a badass and feel sexy and confident. So go out there and share that shit with them. Dang it. Seriously though, lead with confidence, you guys. This is an amazing thing, and you are an amazing person to be there to offer that to people. Remember that. There's going to be days you feel defeated. There's going to be days that you feel beat up, but that's when you remember that this is freaking awesome, and you get to offer that to people. Yeah? Let me see what the chat box says really quick. I have a customer, so this is from Karina. I have a customer that bought a challenge pack, was all excited to start, added her to my challenge group. She has never engaged and will not respond to my messages. Any suggestions? Yeah, okay, so I've had that happen before too, and the best thing I can tell you is she's probably feeling guilty. She's probably feeling guilty that she hasn't done it, or life's gotten in the way. So I would send her a voice message through Messenger, and I would just say something like, hey girl, I don't want to bother you, but I do want to check on you. If you're struggling, it's okay. If you haven't started, it's okay. I want you to know that I'm here to help you. If you've just gotten too busy with life, that's okay too. But if you could let me know what's going on and how I can help you to work towards, and then share what her goals were in the beginning, I want you to know that I'm here. And I don't want you to feel like you can't come to me and talk. Just conversation, right? Just like if somebody, like if your best friend went MIA and you knew she was going through a rough time, what kind of message would you send her? You know, you would say, hey girl, I know life's busy and, you know, things may have come up and you might not want to talk to me right now, but I want you to know that I'm here. Or some, you know, just to be there for her. Okay? Alicia, I had a girl tell me she was ready in December, but couldn't do the shakes until January, but quit responding. Wouldn't even respond to, hey, how are you? I sent her 4 messages and gave up. That's okay, Michelle. Have a good night. So Alicia, that's okay. Don't waste your energy on those people. You know what I would do with somebody like that is I would say, I would put her on my calendar to try and reconnect and just touch base in a month or 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Don't focus on that. She's not responding because she's not ready. It's not you. It's not anything that you said. She's just personally not ready, and that's okay. People are allowed to not be ready, right? So I would just try not to let those people hang you up and focus a lot of energy on them. Just say, okay, I'm going to check back in with her down the road, and that's okay. But then you can start developing and pouring your fuel into people who want to have conversations back with you. I think sometimes we get sucked into those conversations that are going nowhere, like trying, it's like you're trying to revive something that's already dead kind of a thing. And it's like, well, we'll come back to it, right? Let it go, take a deep breath, and start talking to somebody else and pour all that love and energy into somebody who's wanting to talk back. Okay? All right, cool. I have a girl who keeps reaching out to me wanting to do the 21-day fix, but she won't commit. Okay, so I would say the same thing. Or I know Karina had that problem with somebody that would keep asking to be in challenge groups, but then wouldn't commit. Didn't you, Karina? Didn't we talk about that? I think she still bothers you from time to time. But I would just say, hey, like, I absolutely want to help you, but you have to take that step forward so that I can start helping you. You know, just lay it out on the table. It doesn't have to be rude. It doesn't have to be mean. It's just, I really want to help you. But in order for you to make changes, you have to be ready to make that commitment. And I don't think that right now is the right time for you. Or something like that. And just put it out there. Oh, the girl. Yeah. I was pitched to for that while I was at the Ohio Equine Affair. I was like, no, thanks. Anyway. So yeah, just try not to focus and let those people bring your mojo down, you know, put them on the list for later. And, you know, just like if you're, so the same thing there, Alicia, like if that was your girlfriend and she were telling you about something and said she really wanted to do it, but kept procrastinating and not committing, you would say to her, like, you either got to shit or get off the pot, girl. You're not going to say that to her like, you're not going to write that in a message, but you're just going to say like, well, if you want to do that, you need to take the step forward to do that, right? That's what a friend would say to another friend. Or it's not going to happen unless you start doing X, Y, and Z. So I would just say to her, like, I would really love to have you, but it's on you to take that next step. And I'm here for you when you are ready. Okay? Does that help, girls? Does that help with conversation a little bit? Just start doing it. There are scripts, honestly. There are scripts of everything that how I've been talking with people for the last 6 or 7 months in our team group, in the files. It's the reaching out scripts and the inviting scripts. It's exactly how I'm inviting you guys. It's exactly how I'm starting conversation. But it's on you to take that action, right? It's on you to start those conversations. start doing it, and you will learn to find your voice, and you will learn what people are responding to, and you will find your tribe and those people who want to talk to you. Don't let the 5 people who ignore you or the 5 people who say no or that the conversation goes nowhere deter you from starting 5 new amazing relationships and friendships with people. Okay? Awesome. Thank you all so much for jumping on the call. I really appreciate all of you and all of your time. And if you have any questions, you can let me know in the group. Otherwise, I will get this uploaded to YouTube and added into the group for tomorrow. Okay? All right. Good night.